Yeah. Now, this next one is quite fascinating. Australians are suffering the largest fall in real wages on record. Figures for the Bureau of Statistics show the wage price index increased by a lower than expected 0.8% through the final 3 months of 2022. Now, Adam, this is interesting because finally the Treasurer has got wages moving, but because of inflation and because of bracket creep, Labor will be presiding over historic, in effect, tax increases. This is something I asked the Treasurer about when I interviewed him on Monday. Have a look.
It's important to recognise that the tax cuts that we were just talking about kick in at $45,000, which is not a lot of money. And so one of the reasons for those tax cuts is to deal with some of the issues around bracket creep. Well, there's a big tax change coming in 2024 that we've just been talking about. Beyond that, our focus in tax is on multinationals and in other areas.
It's fascinating, isn't it, that the flip side of wages lifting is that you're going to get a lot of people in a higher tax bracket.
And of course, the opposition always argued in government during the campaign that such incremental increases in wages would have an inflationary impact. And inflation, as we know, is a beast that is far from tamed. Jim Chalmers will be the first person to tell you that. But I think the biggest stress facing Australians, apart from shrinking wages and inflation, will be confronted later this year when the interest rate teeth really start to sink. I mean, we saw massive spending by Australians last Christmas. It was almost like a last hurrah in terms of indulging in discretionary spending. But next Christmas is going to be a very different story. Belts are going to be tightened beyond belief.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a tough year ahead.